I have something really important to say, and I'm going to keep it short. I think it makes sense this time. I had a really great idea yesterday. I have an acquaintance here, and she bought a bar, and I haven't even been able to get opportunity, like, to volunteer because I'm too far gone. And I haven't been able to convince anyone to employ me in a real way to, like, that all I need, or new friends, I just want just Dave, or potential new friends, or jobs, or coworkers, that I'm not always going to be like I am. I just am so scared to be around people because I've tried talking, people haven't listened, and people, new people, they don't always have the time for that, but at the same time, it's all I need. I just, like, believe me, that's all I need. Like, if you try really hard to not make me feel like I'm too much, or like I'm acting crazy, or too much, if I send a lot of messages, I'm going to do that because I've been really isolated, and I'm kind of like that a lot, but not like this. All I need is this, to be around people in a real way, and to work and serve a purpose, to feel like a normal person again, to be treated like one, and believed like one, right? Well, today I just realized, why that never happened, and why, when I have job, I've been drug tested for jobs because that's what they do, or like at the clinic because they have to, how I've worried that people think I was drinking or on drugs. Well, my whole life I've been teased about that. People like I'm on something because I talk so fast and I get nervous and whatever. But I over-explained it, and probably it's like whoever smelt it dealt it. So maybe, and I never believed that anyone really believes me. Like, this is how I talk. If I had stimulants, if I had my Adderall right now, I'd be like, but you know why? Because of a couple things I just realized. How am I supposed to convince new people that this is going to be okay if they hire me? I literally was like, I'm going to call, and 3 women who knew me really well and knew how hard I worked and how amazing I was at my job and how much I cared, and I wasn't perfect, and I hurt people, but because I just want this woman to take a chance on me and actually just let me help her for free if possible, help her get her bar opened, or just give her ideas, so I could use my brain and feel like a worthwhile, I can use my brain again and do something I'm good at, and move on, and get it, and be able to find employment and support myself, because I have no money, and I'm supposed to be on assistance. I haven't gotten it. I have every month. People don't know. When I say I'm almost homeless, I have been almost homeless. If I didn't have the landlord I have now, I would have been, okay? But on that note, how am I supposed to convince new people that this is going to calm down, and that this hairy talking and just me being me and sick is going to be better just by being around people who can just cut me some slack and come around. And so I don't, because as soon as I'm paranoid about people not believing me or that I'm too much, then it just becomes worse. And it's been like that for 4 years. I'm never going to convince new people. You know why? Because I've been trying to talk to the people that knew me for years and tell them that I just needed this. I needed just to talk to people or to be around people. And I tried to talk to them, and I just got silence. I didn't get any reassurance that, of course, oh yes, I know, of course, I got silence. So I'm asking them to call this woman and tell her how great I am and how much hard I work and that I'm worth the chance. But they didn't give me one. For whatever reason, it doesn't matter if it's their fault or not. They didn't give me one. So how am I supposed to convince new people? How am I supposed to internalize it? Because I don't believe it. Because no wonder I haven't moved on. I've been here for 4 years. I've watched people go across the world. I've watched people go to a different country. I've watched people drive through my state that I thought were some of my best friends. Once I didn't get back to somebody, but I'm talking about nobody this whole time was asked if they could come visit me. I had one person who wanted to come and get me because the only way I'm going to get better or get any help is if I go back to Bismarck. Was, I think, what she thought. And I get that, but, and I heard her, but she doesn't understand my kind of sick. But I am not, there's nothing wrong with me, and I've been trying pretty hard enough, but there's no way in hell anybody who's been telling people that she thought loved her, that she's homeless, who lost so many pets, who's been through so much. And I know everyone has been, who's so much, maybe because they didn't know what she was talking about, or they didn't trust her because she had lied. They didn't talk to her at all enough since she's moving to a strange city. You know what? I lost them before that. Remember, I was clinically suicidally depressed, and I told people that, and I still was alone all the time. I wanted to be, but also nobody checked on me anymore. Holidays, birthdays, it wasn't like any more than before. I would go weeks. I met Mark, and I remember what it was like to be around people, and I'm not mad about that, but that's what happened. I lost you before I moved. I wasn't talking to you before that. We weren't talking before that. But also, I lied about Helena because I didn't even know what was going on. I was so sick. I was trying to talk to people, and I got silenced because and everyone was going through COVID, but I got silenced. People let me go. People let me stop talking. I said, do you want me to? Because I'm bothering you, and I, for whatever reason that I was drinking, whatever they didn't believe, or that I wasn't worth enough of it, they stopped talking and they stopped letting me talk. Or they let me stop talking and they let me start disappearing. And I ended up in Helena with a strange man. And they're not responsible for me, but for God's sake, nobody would, I can't convince anybody new that I'm never going to get better. I need to move on. I need these people, and I'm sending this to you people, but I also get to tell my story because it happened to me. These people, why I wasn't worth it. It's been 4 years. Do you not believe a single word I say? How am I supposed to, new employers? I've just been really isolated. I just need to be around people. I'm going to be right back at it. I'm worth it. I'm taking a chance on. If I just need to be around people in a real way again. Because if I can't get my old friends to believe it. Or offer to come visit. When I tell people that I'm homeless, or I lose so many pets, or my car is totaled. And I have nothing, and I have to, I literally don't even have I'm living in a house where I'm not allowed to work, and I don't get any better, and I have no money, and I was trapped because I was so sick that I moved with a strange man. How did I not get anyone checking on me? It just got quieter and quieter. How did I go back to Bismarck? Because I didn't know what else to do, and I got more silence, or I got disbelief when I was honest, and I got no trust. Is it because once you drink or have an addiction problem or have poor coping mechanisms that you're never believed again, or that you're not worth a second chance? I don't know what it was, but I am not better because the people who I thought loved me and who were my chosen family, if they're not gonna have any faith in me, if they're not gonna make me feel like they care at all, I'm not, after 4 years, worth a call or just some care. How am I supposed to convince any new? How am I supposed to internalize that? How am I supposed to have gotten better any of this time when it's gotten quieter and quieter? When the people who knew me in real life left me in some way. And it's what happens when people get sick, and it's mental illness. But you know what? That doesn't make it okay. It's not okay. I am not surprised I am where I am. You can't go through what I did and lose everyone and everything and come back from that. How are you supposed to? When your whole life you've been too much for some people, and you've sent too many messages, and you talk too fast, and you've too much information, and bothered them because you're just who you are. So you're not everyone's cup of tea. But then when you are in trouble and it's bad, and everyone's going through, COVID, it's terrible, but 4 years? Did my friends, the people that knew me, thought I was lying? I'm almost did they think that I haven't been able to work? Did they not believe a single word when I told them I wasn't drinking myself to death? That that's how I was sick? That I was terrified. When I said I was terrified. That I lost my parents' stuff in storage because I just saw my parents' wedding rings. I've lost everything. Did they not think that? They think I was exaggerating? And you know what? I think, I might have done the same. I might have just not been able to deal with it. But you know what? I would have come and visit. I would have asked. And I know it. Maybe because I was usually alone, but it's not okay. So you guys need to tell me what happened. And somebody to come visit me. I need somebody to come visit me. Because I haven't been able to convince anyone, because I'm not convinced. I can't even get someone to let me work 80 hours a week for her for free to help her open a bar, be a free chef, and consult, because I'm this way. And I haven't had any vote of confidence from people who I thought really knew me. Family, I've lost people. I've been disowned by my mom's side of the family, literally. Who would be better? Who would have gone through all that I've gone through with that silence and been okay? I'm a really strong person. I've been through a lot of stuff. I've been alone for most of it. My parents died. I was alone afterwards, and I isolate, but quit drinking, and I was still, I mean, and maybe it's isolate, but I also have just been left alone a lot after really hard things, and I don't know why, because I have my ADHD and I don't know. I gave my dad's car away after he died, and I think about that every day. Like, if I'd kept it, maybe it was a piece of shit, but like, maybe I'd have something. I've given away a lot because I feel like I have to, I guess, you know, or pay people to do things that you should just do as friends, but I deserved more. I'm really strong, but yeah, nobody. Who would be better right now? If you moved 8 hours away in 4 years and nobody offered to come visit you and see how you were doing and spend time with you and did it. I'm not talking about you, Jackie, because I was like, oh, it's okay, because you've got, because maybe because you're closer and I knew you cared. I mean, we drove that far to go see a concert or go to Minneapolis, and in social media, you watch people go back and forth, and it's like, you're nothing. How are you supposed to ever feel like something and move on through all of that? You know what? I think I'm going to start getting better now, because I learned growing up, you don't get angry at people because you lose them. And you know what? I didn't know how to get angry, and I maybe did it to people, and then I lost them. But that's not okay. Because I knew what I was doing. I think I was drinking or whatever the hell, it doesn't matter. It's not okay. You don't tell people that what I told people and try talking to people about and have them just, it's not okay. It happens all the time. But it's not okay. I hope I can move on without knowing. But these people should contact me or tell me what was so wrong, or what they didn't believe, or what was such a hardship that for 4 years I spent every Christmas alone, birthday alone, and not even get a call from most of them. Like, what is that? It's not okay. I'm 8 hours away. 4 years. You know, I've been on this earth for 49, and you know what that makes you think? Like, what was any of it worth anything? Am I worth anything to anyone? And no one's ever going to get better with that. I wish I had felt that earlier, because I'm so angry. It's not okay. I lost people before I moved, but like, it's not okay. Don't talk about mental health stigma and addiction, Catherine Bergam, and like, when you're faced with it in real life, like there's a reason I left that job and didn't have one lined up, and the reason I left, why I didn't, and it literally made me sick, is because people say that it's changing and they understand, and it's just like in physical illness. If I had cancer for 4 years and wasn't getting better, and I had tried everything, a doctor tried everything and I wasn't better, do you think one person maybe would have come to visit me if I told people I was going to lose everything? I didn't have any money from rent. I was selling family things, and then I couldn't even afford to mail them, and I still mailed too. Then I was living hand to mouth, foot to mouth, and like, I don't have anything else to sell. My parents would be so, my sister, she knows how much I did. But, and tell people that it's 4 years. If it was cancer. So tell me stigma doesn't exist, and it's not night and day. And I do it too, but this is not okay. You know, you wonder how people come home. They have life, they have family, education. Because we don't know what to do, so we don't deal. And then it's been I don't know. 4 years of my life are gone, and I'm not saying people are responsible for it, but God damn it. I deserve better. I deserve better. The people I've met who the center deserve better. It's killing us. I don't know how long I can do this. I'm exhausted, and it doesn't get better. And I've been trying, but no wonder. I mean, who in their fucking right mind? How strong would you be, like, to lose everyone, to have no one like check on you in a real way after all these things because either they think you're lying about it all or you deserve it. And so how is the person supposed to think that they don't deserve it, or that they maybe are lying? Not doing something and not talking is just as dangerous. And I am so angry and hurt and scared. I'm scared. You can take your vacations. I can't pay for a taxi. I get by taking surveys. Like, it's just, I I applied for 20 jobs in like Glacier. I get calls for interviews from out of state, like these great chef jobs, right? And I get calls, right? I get interviews all the time, and I take them. When I take them, I haven't gotten offered one. You know why? Because I'm scared of myself. I don't think I'm worth it. And I wouldn't be the crazy lady, but I've had nothing to prove it to the contrary except for one person. I had Dave, who I said, I'm like this, like I've told everyone, because I was so isolated and I had some bad things happen and I was just so alone. It was just bad timing. COVID isolation is different when you are like, I'm sure, move somewhere new, and I was cut off and I just had bad stuff, and he listened and he heard it and he internalized it and he waited it out, and he's the only one. And I was in such a good mood yesterday because I'm like, I'm gonna help this lady and it's going to be so great. But then, I'm in a good mood. I talk even more. And he took me to dinner. The whole time I was like, oh my God, I'm boring you. And like, I'm going to drive you away because I'm talking too much. And I'm talking about it, the same thing. And I'm repeating myself. It's like, it's worse when I'm good. Because I'm just too much. Too many words, too many messages, too much stress. But you know what? I'm not. And I helped people out when I could. And I was not great when I drank, but if people needed help, I helped and I did things. And I deserve more and I'm done. But you people, it's not okay. This is, I have like every day if I'm going to get back from this, I have lost it. It's hard to start over as it is. I mean, and I'm not asking for help, but I need you to know. When I say poor, like if it's not at the dollar store, I'm not getting it. I live off of spaghetti noodles and white bread, peanut butter. I bought stovetop for Thanksgiving. It was a treat. Like, oh my, it was a big deal. My sister sent me something. Like, frozen pizza, fast food, sit-down restaurant. I've gotten my hair cut once professionally in 4 years at a Master Cuts. I've bought one new bra at Walmart for $1 on clearance. I mean, I used to be, but like, my life has not been a life. And I keep trying to say that, and I hope maybe somebody, that knew me before would really care about it enough to, but it didn't happen. And that's why I'm not going, and you're not responsible for it, but you need to know. If there's other people in this situation, this is what happens. How are we supposed to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and fix ourselves when we're sick like this? Because we're supposed to. That's what the world wants us to do. When the people that we love and that loved us don't have our backs. When we are completely alone in it and we end up being, how are we supposed to get better? If we can't validate ourselves and other people can't just sit and listen to us and we are too much and they just disappear, they let us disappear, how is anyone supposed to get better? I can't even get volunteer duties. Anywhere. I can't convince somebody I'm worth volunteering. How are we supposed to get better if we can't help other people? I've never been able to get better from anything really hard unless I can help others. I can't get out of my own head. Think about it.